Hey, this is Russ Miller. I'm at the Frankfurt Music Mess, and I just want to say thanks for visiting Planet Drum, and check out the new Mapex Saturn V and my new Versatis Series Artist snare drum from Mapex. Hi, this is Russ Miller, and we're talking about the new Artist series of snares that I helped develop one of the models of. There's actually 3 models, and I can tell you about the other ones quickly. One of the other Mapex artists is Matt Halpern, and he worked on this drum called the Wraith. And the Wraith is a drum that's a brass shell, and it's got a satin finish on the outside, but it is a brass drum. And one of the things about this drum is the venting of it. It's got 9 vent holes. Now when you put a lot of vent holes in the drum, you change the feel and the ambience. Makes it a little puffier feeling, not as compressed, but it also dries the drum up a lot. So you can hear for a metal drum, there's no bing, ringing sounds like that. It's a very dry drum. And then it's got 45-degree bearing edges top and bottom, so there's a lot of sensitivity in the center of the drum as well. So it's a 6x14 or 14x6, 9 vent holes, brass shell, satin finish, 45-degree bearing edges, and it has the Sonic Clear mount on the top, which is an old Slingerland style mount that curves inward rather than outward. That drives the drum and punches more. When you have it curve outward, it's more spread and ambience on the outside. Sometimes for a snare drum that can make it ring a lot, so these hoops really make a big difference. This is the Warbird snare that Chris Adler did, and it's a really interesting size. It's a 12 by 5.5. This drum has the Sonic Clear edge on it as well, and it's made out of a hybrid shell of maple walnut. It's got a great finish where there's a burnt-in logo of Chris's that he did, which looks really dope. And it's a great sounding drum. It's got a lot of bottom end and openness for such a small drum like that, a 5x12. Sonic Clear edge, 45-degree edge, 45-degree bearing edges, the Sonic Clear hoops, Sonic Clear edges, and maple walnut hybrid shell, 5.5x12. Okay, and then this is the drum that I did. It's called the Versatis snare drum, and Versatis is a form of the word versatile in Latin. And what I wanted was a drum that had almost 2 characters to it, something that was very versatile I could use a lot of things with. It has a rosewood burl, cherry burl outside exotic ply. It's 4 5/8 by 14. And the reason that it's 4 5/8 is to adjust the feel to get a natural compression out of the drum. And we did that by shaving down prototypes until we got to that size with the 2-hole venting, the maple mahogany hybrid shell, and that size. It's got a really beautiful, puffy, compressed feel to it. And one of the things about this drum that's very unique is I did a reinforcement ring on the top of the drum only, not on the bottom. And what that does is it dries the drum up and makes a very small center sound like this. You can hear there's 0 ring. It's very dry and it's very small. But as I move out to the outside of the drum, instead of just using a 7-ply hybrid shell, now there's 11 plies at the bearing edge, so you activate all that wood and make a bigger sound. So the change is very dramatic. You can hear how big a sound you get by the edge of the drum. So it's a very versatile drum, staggered lugs. It enhances the tuning range to tune really high, and because of the mahogany, you can get it to tune really low. 45-degree edge on top, 35-degree edge on the bottom for the sensitivity, Sonic Clear edges, Sonic Clear hoops, and the mahogany maple hybrid shell, and that's the Versatis snare.